Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRIENDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Lions fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most significant developments in the NFC North in recent memory. There's a buzz, a strong rumor swirling around the league. One that, if true, could reshape the complexion of the division and elevate the Lions into a new stratosphere of competitiveness and Super Bowl contention. No, I'm not talking about just some minor trade speculation or a random offseason move. This is about a potential blockbuster deal involving none other than Fred Warner, the star linebacker of the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. Now I know what you're thinking, Fred Warner. The guy's a perennial All-Pro, a defensive maestro, and a cornerstone for the 49ers defense. But as with everything in the NFL, things are fluid. According to Adam Schefter, there's a genuine buzz that the 49ers, currently sitting at 410 and struggling with some defensive issues, particularly allowing 4.7 yards per carry in 2025, might be exploring a major rebuild move. And that move could involve trading away Warner, one of their most valuable assets, in exchange for a hefty package of draft picks from the Lions, specifically a first and second round pick. Why would the 49ers consider such a radical move? Well, sources indicate that San Francisco's focus is shifting towards a rebuild, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They're eyeing a quarterback upgrade, with the draft being the priority, and they're also looking to free up cap space, particularly around the $29 million cap hit that Warner carries. The team needs to make tough decisions, and with the NFC West's rebuild ongoing, the 49ers seem willing to prioritize assets that can help them in the long term over maintaining their current star linebacker. But for us Lions fans, this is where things get really interesting. The potential trade isn't just a win for the 49ers, it could be a game changer for Detroit. Warner, who's been a defensive leader since entering the league 9 years ago, is a player who can transform a defense into a top-tier unit. His stats in 2025 are nothing short of elite. 144 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 4 interceptions, and a PFF grade of 91. 3, which ranks him among the very best linebackers in the league. Plus, his coverage efficiency is exceptional, with a coverage EPA of -0. 36 and a run defense win rate of 46%. Even with a shoulder injury that sidelined him for 2 games in Week 9, Warner's impact on the field remains undeniable. What makes Warner such a perfect fit for the Lions? Well, first, his intelligence on the field is second to none. He's like a maestro, reading plays before they develop, which is exactly what Detroit's defense needs to elevate their game. The Lions have been battling some issues in their front seven, especially after the trade rumors surrounding David Montgomery and the overall difficulty stopping the run, allowing about 140 yards per game on the ground. Adding Warner could be the solution that shores up those gaps. Imagine Warner leading the middle of the defense, providing stability and boosting tackle efficiency by around 28%. This would translate into a 19% reduction in rushing yards allowed, a significant improvement considering the Lions' recent struggles against the run. His presence would also enable the edge rushers to apply more pressure, as he's excellent at stopping runs and creating turnovers. His projections show an increase of around 9 turnovers per season with him on board. His ability to generate tackles for loss, averaging 2-1 TFLs per 100 snaps, would help in disrupting the opponent's rhythm and forcing mistakes. And it's not just about stopping the run. Warner's zone coverage skills are top-notch, especially against tight ends like Laporta, which would neutralize some of the bigger threats the Lions face in their division. His addition could turn the Lions' defense from a good unit into a truly formidable one, potentially transforming them into NFC North giants that can challenge any team, even in the playoffs. Now let's talk about the implications for the NFC North and the NFL landscape overall. The Lions, sitting at 9-5, are in a prime position to make a deep playoff run, but to truly contend, they need to tighten up their defense. Trading for Warner could be the move that pushes them from good to great, especially considering the recent rise of the Packers and Vikings. The Packers, with their own draft and free agency picks, are building a team with Super Bowl ambitions, and the Vikings are always lurking with a talented roster. The Lions need to make a statement, and acquiring Warner would be just that, a bold move that signals they're serious about winning now and in the future. What's even more exciting is the projected impact on the Lions' Super Bowl chances. Currently, their odds to win Super Bowl LXI are around plus 700, which isn't bad but could improve dramatically with a player of Warner's caliber. Some projections suggest that with Warner in the middle, the Lions' chances could increase by about 22%, especially in situations where they need to control the trenches and neutralize the run game. Warner's leadership and playmaking ability could be the difference-maker in tight playoff games, helping the Lions secure their first Super Bowl appearance since 1957. Of course, the trade isn't just about the numbers. It's about confidence, identity, and setting a tone for the franchise. Warner brings that leadership, that championship mindset that could elevate the entire team. His presence in the locker room and on the field could inspire the Lions' defense to new heights, turning what's been a solid unit into a dominant force. And let's not forget, this move echoes the kind of bold, strategic decision-making that has historically been associated with championship teams. The Lions have been building for this moment for years, drafting smart, developing talent, and now, perhaps, making a statement that they're all in on winning a Super Bowl. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade would be reminiscent of some of the most iconic linebacker moves in NFL history. Think of Brian Urlacher or Ray Lewis, players who transformed their defenses and led their teams to multiple championships. If the Lions can pull this off, it could be the start of a new era, one where Detroit is no longer just a playoff contender but a true NFC powerhouse with a shot at glory. So, Lions fans, this is the kind of news that gets us excited. It's about the potential to change everything. Adding a player like Warner could be the catalyst that propels Detroit into a new stratosphere of NFL dominance. And with the season still in progress, the stakes couldn't be higher. The Lions have a chance to solidify their future, and all eyes are on what management will do next. The NFC North is heating up, and Detroit has a real shot to make a statement. Remember, this is not just speculation. It's a real possibility that could reshape the team's trajectory. The Lions are on the cusp of something big, and if this trade happens, it could be the move that defines their season and beyond. We'll be watching closely, waiting to see if the Lions pull the trigger and bring Warner into the fold. The future looks bright, and this could be the start of a new chapter in Lions history, one filled with hope, resilience, and that ultimate goal, a Super Bowl ring. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. Do you think the front office should pull the trigger on a deal like this? Would Warner be the missing piece to bring Detroit that elusive Super Bowl? I believe it's a move that could define the franchise for years to come, but I want to hear from the real experts. You. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. The season is heating up, and the Lions are positioning themselves for greatness. Let's keep that passion alive and continue to support this team through thick and thin. Remember, the best is yet to come, Lions Nation. We're on the verge of something special, and this potential trade could be the spark that ignites a new era of Lions football, one that will be remembered in franchise history for decades to come.